EVEL KNIEVEL, sold separately or with the EVEL KNIEVEL stunt cycle from Ideal.
The first name in excitement, the one and only EVEL KNIEVEL, stars in his first motion picture, Viva Knievel.
You okay?
That was sweet.
Sweet.
I guess the exciting part is the jump, huh?
EVEL KNIEVEL. He puts his life on the line with every death-defying jump. The indestructible EVEL in the excitement picture of the year, Viva Knievel. Also starring Gene Kelly.
Dad? I'm Tommy, your son.
Where the hell did you come from?
Lauren Hutton.
Well, I don't run with the pack. Never did, never will.
Red Buttons.
Better get rid of him before he gets you killed.
Eric Olson.
You got yourself a full-time job till school starts.
Leslie Nielsen. Cameron Mitchell. Albert Salmi.
Now that tire's got to go flat the instant that Knievel has completed his jump.
You saw it just happen.
Marjo Gortner.
Hey, Millard wants to kill you, and your buddy Will, too.
Why?
To take your body back to the United States as cover for about $50 million worth of cocaine.
Take this. That'll help even the odds.
Save my kid, partner.
Just say I love him.
The chase is on. And the action never stops. EVEL KNIEVEL bets his raw nerve and roaring wheels against impossible odds. Daredevil EVEL in a spectacular story of spine-tingling suspense.
I don't want to shoot your last jump. I don't want you to ever have a last jump.
That's the nicest thing you said to me since I first met you.
It's not EVIL, evil.
Yes.
It's EVEL. I suppose he pronounces it EVEL, does he not?
I think he says evil.
Oh.
We'll find out when he comes out.
Get a motion picture part and you start correcting people.
We'll find out. The man will be out here any moment.
Well, I'm going to check with him when he comes out
Let
anyway.
him cycle out and we'll ask him.
That's right. He's probably the only man in history who's become very wealthy by trying to kill himself. It's true. He is somewhat of a legend. He does incredible stunts with motorcycles, and he has broken, I guess, more bones than anybody in history. And yet he keeps at this. And he's planning to jump over 50 cars this Sunday at the Los Angeles Coliseum, and it's called an EVEL KNIEVEL Spectacular. So let us meet the gentleman. Here is EVEL KNIEVEL.
Very good. Johnny, I'm holding the famed walking stick. This is the hollow famed walking stick.
What do you mean, the hollow
Don't
thing?
you know about this?
Isn't that for getting around? I thought maybe because you busted a...
Well, it's for getting around, but I didn't want to come on the show and be second class, and since I heard that Ed was such a lush, I thought I'd bring him a little drink, and I have in here a little for you.
Oh. How fortuitous.
A couple of canes of that, I'll go over 50 cars. Huh? Give me another
You
cane.
may keep that with my coffee.
Thank you. I shall find a place for that later.
Let me ask you, did you hear me, you spell your name E-V-E-L?
Yes, I did that because really I didn't want it to be the necessary evil, and
Right.
my real name is Robert Craig Knievel, and I was nicknamed Evil because I was such a good little boy, and I changed the I to an E.
Very good.
That's the way it stayed.
You don't, now that's obviously there's liquor in there, but obviously you cannot drink too much of that before you attempt to do some of the things you do.
No, I don't drink very much. However, I believe that a little alcohol in the bloodstream, for one, is much better than none at all. I think, I remember reading when I was a young man, you know, about our first heavyweight boxing champion, John L. Sullivan. He always used to drink a lot of beer, and I love beer, and I do drink a good stiff shot of the strongest 101 proof booze that I can find before I jump. Just one shot.
When I helped design my line of AMF Roadmaster wheels, I said make them red, white, and blue to bear my name, EVEL, KNIEVEL. You can see they're built solid, flashy, and hip, and the bikes come with these safety tips that bear my name, EVEL, KNIEVEL. So if your kids are thrilled, I know just how they feel. These wheels are real exciting and bear my name, EVEL, KNIEVEL.
Wait till Bob sees my Evel Knievel hot seat. Can't wait to show Bill my Evel Knievel motocross bike. It's tank with Evel's initials. It's chain guard with Evel's signature. It's bucket seat. It's motocross looks. And it's ID plate that says Evel Knievel. Hey,
The EVEL Knievel hot seat and the EVEL Knievel motocross bike. Assembly required.
I really don't like you, Evil. I never did. You're annoying with your dummy motorcycle doing your trick-or-treat jobs off walls. Who cares? That's the whole thing, to have an American hero. When I was a kid, Jack Armstrong was my hero. Now we have you in your Tutti Frutti suit. You're married how many years now, Evil? 16 years. I just can picture him just sitting with the wife every day. She goes, do it to me! You know, I make jokes about you, Evil. Why? Because it takes a great deal of courage to do what you do, to jump over canyons, jump over trucks, get a job like everybody else. Stop annoying people with your trick-or-treat jobs. May I say to all of you, to you, Evil, thank you for making me fly up on Dean's plane. We had a Piper Cub with a rubber band on his nose. Somebody blew on us and we took off. To you, Evil, good luck. Continue your great courage, no matter what you do. Just live, enjoy life, and pass on to all our youngsters, men and women, your great courage. I love you.
Look at yourself, sitting there watching other people play games, while your once hard body grows softer, and another weekend goes down the tube. We say, come on, stop spectating and get in the game. We're AMF. We make what it takes to renovate the body and raise the spirit. We make quality products. Voight balls, Ben Hogan golf equipment, Harley-Davidson motorcycles. AMF. We make weekends.
There are a lot of great stories, and what a guy, I mean, and I don't say what a guy in a good way necessarily, because EVEL did probably more bad things than good, but, you know, as kids, we didn't know that. You know, we just, he was almost, he was like a figurine to me.
Yeah, superhero, yeah.
There's a story about a hockey team. Oh. I'll let you tell the story. That is really unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, you could have done a whole documentary on EVEL before he turned 20, but he started jumping at 25. But at 19, he started a semi-pro hockey team called the Butte City Bombers. And during at the height of the Cold War, he convinced the Czechoslovakian national team to come to Butte and scrimmage his Bombers. And they did. And they smoked the Bombers like, I don't know, 22-3. But EVEL went out between each period and said, you know, the Czech delegation is a lot bigger than we anticipated, and can you please pass this hat around so they can be comfortable while they're here in Butte? He did that every period. Well, around the third period, he left the ice, and when he left the ice, that hat left the ice, and when they left the ice, all the proceeds from the game somehow got taken from the safe. And the Czechs had no way to get out, so the U.S. Olympic Committee had to go into Butte to help the Czechs get out of
Montana.
Yeah, but they never caught Evil. Like a lot of things.
Too fast. He's on the motorcycle. You can't catch him.
But he was so charismatic and so he's very sharp and obviously a little shady. But he would never get caught. They would know, but they could never catch him.
Did you ever meet Evil?
Well, I had a chance to. Matt Hoffman was getting an award for ESPN, and he asked me and the Jackass guys to present. So we were excited because Evel Knievel was going to be there that night, our hero. And so I walk out on stage to, say a few words about Matt Hoffman, who produced this with us. And as soon as we walk out on stage, someone kicks Wee Man from behind. He goes skating across the stage on his belly. Pontius comes out on stage wearing nothing but a thin belt. He's buck naked and doing a helicopter with his gym dog. So I'm just sweating through whatever I'm saying, and they immediately kick us out of the thing. They cut us out of the show, and Evil was not happy with us, and I don't blame him.
By the way, if you can make a man who stole money from the Czechoslovakian hockey team mad, you've accomplished something.
Allegedly.
The late, great Frank Gifford is featured in the documentary.
Yes.
He was somebody that Evil loved in those wild world of sports days.
Yeah, absolutely. There were, my heart goes out to Frank Gifford's family. And we tried to get Frank to tell this one story in the doc, but he just wouldn't.
Oh, really?
Evil and Frank had a lot of respect for each other. But at Wembley, which was the Wembley jump, which ended in disaster, and it was, I think, aside from Caesars, it was the most he'd been hurt on one jump. And so he hits the jump, he goes flying. The bike ends up on top of him. He's broken his hip and some other things, and he's laying on the ground. Everyone's around him. He's like, Frank, get Frank. And they're like, Frank, come over, Frank. Frank runs over, and he looks down. And he looks, and Evil's like, Frank. He's like, yeah, Evil. He goes, can you do me a favor? Anything, Evil. He's like, can you get that broad out of my room?